Okay, this subject is pretty random, but you gotta admit, we have all done it. We have all done stupid things in our life, either as a young kid or still doing them. Which is what I'm doing, and I don't know why. For some reason, I like to think that I'm funny when I'm really not. Sometimes I might get reprimanded, hurt, or embarrassed from doing stupid stuff. Now we have all done stupid things in our lives, and sometimes we get into some pretty horrifying or funny situations. I'm kind of doing both. Why am I so dumb? But anyway, let's begin. For some reason, I have a tendency to intentionally run into walls and doors. I don't know why I do this, but I think it's because I want to look funny somehow. Because in a lot of funny kids cartoons, one or two characters will accidentally run into a wall and drop to the floor. But then again, everyone has a different sense of humor, so this might not be funny to some people. Stupid head. Okay, next. So I believe I was like maybe 7 when this happened, but I think I almost broke my arm or possibly had it ripped off. Oh god. I lived in a different house before the one now. The house had an electronic gate that was big enough to let at least one car through, and it required you to use a switch inside the house to open it. Or a small remote if you had a car. The house also had a small mailbox that was integrated in the wall the gate's machinery was attached to, which meant if the gate was opening, it would travel over the mailbox. One night, I decided to go outside to check inside the mailbox, and apparently, my dad was about to drive his car through the gate. I had my hand on the handle of the mailbox door and was about to open it. My parents hired a maid, and since she did not see me in the way of the gate, she pressed the switch to open it. The gate was approaching my outstretched arm and could have broken it, but luckily my mom saw me and rushed out and pulled me away from the gate. The glass on the open mailbox door shattered and the metal frame was bent as the gate went over and mangled it. Could you imagine if my mom did not save me in time? I might not have my right arm today. Thanks, Mom. Jeez! To be honest, I think one of the worst ways to get injured or die is by machinery and technology. Like maybe get your hand shredded by a blender or something. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. This one is not dangerous, but it is awkward and pretty silly. When I was little, I used to have tuition at this weird place. The teacher there was horrible. I hated her. But anyway, I was doing some homework and there was a group of like 4 teenagers, which I can only assume were like 16 to 17 years old. Now I knew them, so it wasn't too awkward. So they were apparently discussing jokes and they suddenly started laughing loudly. Now I was still very young during that time, so I did not understand their jokes, but because of them laughing, I just felt that I too needed to laugh as well. So I just pretended to laugh together with them, even though I never actually found humor in their jokes. They took notice and asked why I was laughing. I didn't realize what I did. Not wanting to feel awkward, I just lied saying that I was thinking of a funny cartoon episode. I probably would have felt more embarrassed if I did it at my age today. This one actually happened this year. Oh boy, I'm still dumb. Now there are times when watching life hacks and other stuff on YouTube has influenced me to try them, and usually they go pretty well. This was not one of those times. So I was watching one of Crazy Russian Hacker's videos. Pretty sure some of you know who he is. If you don't, he basically makes videos on things like life hacks and trying out products, and of course, he's Russian. So the video I was watching was a life hack video, and at one part, he showed a hack where you turn your toaster sideways, and you can put a slice of bread with cheese in, and toast it to make easy grilled cheese. So I decided to do just that, with my own toaster. So I did. Now I don't like staring at a toaster in action. Actually, no one does. Come on, do you know how much you can do in 2 minutes? Like, scrolling through Twitter? After the 2 minutes were up, I returned to the toaster to find it on fire. There was literally fire on the inside of the toaster. I know it's not recommended to do this, but I started panicking and wondering what I should do considering I was home alone. I decided to try and put out the fire. I didn't want to throw water on it because it was still plugged in and it was probably an electrical hazard. So I decided to blow it out, and it went out. Thankfully. Holy crap. Of course, I did not eat my toast after that, and I'm most certainly not using my toaster sideways again. I don't want to burn down my apartment. I don't really know who is to blame. Is it me or CRH? It's me, isn't it? Because I'm stupid enough to listen to a random person on YouTube without knowing the consequences. I mean, who really expects something great from a sideways toaster? I guess I'm the dumb one.